What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 Adidas basketball shoes you can get right now. So let's get straight into it and start with my number 5, which is going to be the Adidas Dame X. These have a crazy low retail price at only 90 euros or dollars, which is already amazing in itself, and the performance is actually also pretty good, especially for that low retail price. The traction performance works well. I actually also tried them outdoors. Wouldn't really recommend that because the rubber is rather soft and the grooves are pretty thin and wear down quickly, but on indoor courts you're good to go. And if you don't play every day outdoors, maybe like once or twice a week, I think they should also hold up for quite some time. The cushioning setup is where they unfortunately made a change compared to the Dame 9. I absolutely love those and I still like the Dame X, but just not as much as the Dame 9s. We now have full length light strike. You can see it here in the heel area. And while there still is a decent amount of compression and impact protection, it just doesn't feel as nice as the setup we had on the Dame 9s. The stepping comfort is decent, the stock insole is nothing great, but you can just easily swap it out, it's not glued down. One downside of the shoe, in my personal opinion, are the supportive features, especially in the heel area. I just wish there was a little bit more of a sturdy setup here. There is a heel cutter, but as you can see, the heel just moves a lot, and especially the upper part is very flexible. And shoes obviously have nothing to do with major injuries like an Achilles tear, but maybe Damian Lillard's Achilles could have profited from a little bit more support in the heel area. Maybe just over time there's just some strain that accumulated, maybe because of the shoes, maybe just like a small percentage because of the shoes. So if you have Achilles problems or if you want a really supportive shoe, this is probably not the pair you should get. Apart from that, they're good. Torsional support is alright. If I try to flex them, as you can see, the forefoot here flexes, the midfoot is nice and stable, which is good. The lacing system also does a good job, and last but not least, the materials are what you can expect from a 90 euros or dollars shoe. Relatively cheap and basic on foot, or just like feeling on foot. A little bit plasticky as well, especially this part right here is not the comfiest. It takes some time to break in. Once they're broken in, it's actually pretty nice. And what I actually like about the materials are those neoprene axes we have here on the tongue and in the heel area. I already showed you before. That actually feels very nice and also is very comfortable. There's a good amount of padding as well here in the heel area, so not as much as support, but the heel area is very comfortable. And of course there's this thick slab of light strike foam. In my opinion, this is a good shoe for guards, not the best for really heavier players. There's shoes that are better suited for that on this list, but a really solid performer from Adidas nonetheless. At number 4 on my list, we have the Adizero Select 3.0. I always mix up the names with the Exhibit Select, but this is the Adizero line, and the reason why these are ranked higher than the Dames is simply because they're lighter and the on-court performance just feels a little bit better. The traction performance is very good, but again, not for outdoors. Even a more shallow pattern than on the Dame X, and very thin grooves that are very easy to move. So these I wouldn't even take outdoors for once or twice a week, but for indoor courts, really good performers. The cushioning setup is very similar, as it's also full length light strike, also feels similar, a little bit lower to the ground, and this might sound crazy, but these actually remind me a lot of the Nike Kobe 6, just a budget version of those, because there are things that are just very similar in terms of cushioning, support, and the overall feel of the shoe, but they're just not on that Kobe 6 level just yet. What makes them very similar are the materials as well, because they are very thin, very lightweight, breathable as well, which is actually nicer than only Kobe 6s, but the one thing that these materials don't do as well as in those Kobe's is the supportive features. Because they are so thin and lightweight and breathable, they just don't contain your foot as well. The overall support features on the shoe itself are actually very good. We have this carbon fiber look-alike plate here in the middle. Unfortunately, it's not real carbon fiber, it just looks like it. You can definitely feel it as well, but it actually does a good job on the flex test. As you can see, the midfoot is perfectly nice and stable. Lacing system is also okay, but just because the materials are a little bit soft and flimsy, they don't work as well. But we also have a nice heel cutter, so also in comparison with the Dame X, you can see here the heel is way more stable. So overall, a really nice pair, great for guards yet again. Also not the most cushioning on the market or on this list from Adidas, but just overall a really nice shoe. If you like lightweight, minimalistic feeling shoes, I like them a lot for shoot-arounds. For games, they're just not supportive enough from a material standpoint for me. Now at number 3 already, I have a very new shoe, as it's going to be the Adidas Harden Volume 10s. really cool looking shoe in my opinion, but the other two that are available right now are just better in my personal opinion. I also thought about doing a top 10 list, but since Adidas just doesn't have that many basketball shoes available, I went with a top 5. Definitely let me know if I should do that for other brands as well and what brand you want to see next. Also, if you're wondering where you can cop all these shoes, I got almost all these pairs from Kicks. You can find an affiliate link and code in the description box down below. The code is Lucas. Gives you 5% off, works on almost any products on their website. And if you're looking for any other shoes from other brands, I also have affiliate links and codes for Way of Weight, Physical and Sports, or if you're looking for really specific pairs, I also have an affiliate link for StockX. As I said, all of that you can find in the description box down below. Now back to the Harden 10s. For the traction performance, very similar to the Harden 9s, which you can see right here. Just a quick comparison. If you take a look at the Harden Volume 9 outsole, we also had that mixed with a different pattern in the middle and on the outside, and the thickness and durability is also very similar. Overall, they're definitely improved on the 9s in my personal opinion. Slightly lighter, materials break in a little bit faster. Traction performance, however, is very similar. A good bite indoors, but yet again, don't take these outdoors. Unfortunately, Adidas shoes aren't really that durable for outdoors. I'll also make a list for the best basketball shoes for outdoors. I just need to try some new releases that I think could also work for outdoors, but that video is coming soon, I promise. The cushioning is full length light boost, so not the max boost setup that we're used to from past Harden models or from the early Harden models, but still a very nice setup that they use on the A1s as well and the lows on the Harden 9s. And at least right now we don't have any confusion about what's in the shoe, because that kind of was a topic on past Adidas lines with like the A1s and the Harden 9s, which just got different tech specs on every website and nobody knew what actually was inside the shoe. Now they're saying it's light boost, also feels like it. Good impact protection here in the heel area, pretty low to the ground in the forefoot. Overall, a nice and comfy ride, a responsive ride as well. The support features, that's what this shoe excels in. Probably the most supportive shoe on this list. Excellent lockdown, a very stiff and sturdy heel counter here in the back. You can see it's also kind of carbon fiber look-alike, but it works very well. The lacing system works excellent, does a great job. If you pull the very top eyelids and lace loops, everything else will tighten down as well, which is always nice in my opinion. And we've got an Adidas X plate as well for torsional support. So the forefoot flexes pretty much like with every shoe in the market on this list, and the midfoot is perfectly nice and stable. Also laterally on torsional, you're really good because the materials are so thick. They take some time to break in. That's definitely a downside. They're not breathable as well, but once they're broken in, you have a very supportive shoe simply because of the materials and all the other features they implemented. I forgot to say the retail price for these and the ADI0 Select. ADI0 Select is at 120. These are at 160. And now for the top 2, my number 2 is going to be the Adidas AE2s. Absolutely love this colorway with kind of the split down middle. This was the Christmas colorway, and I also really enjoyed the performance. I wish they were a little bit lighter. That's also one thing I don't like about the Harden 10s, and that's also the reason why number 1 is at number 1. But they also have very good traction performance. Dust pickup is a little bit of an issue, but they work also on mildly dusty courts. Just if it's really dusty, they're probably not the best pair, but honestly, I've been trying to find a pair that's working on really dusty courts, and I've been struggling with that a little bit. The cushioning setup is similar to what we had on the Harden Volume 10s. Decent impact protection in the heel, lower to the ground in the forefoot. In my opinion, it feels more like the AE1 lows than the regular AE1s. For me, that's a good thing, but if you want more impact protection, then that's probably not for you. The support features are also excellent on this pair. You can even see the shank plate a little bit here for the translucent outsole. And we yet again have a very thick heel counter with two kinda carbon fiber look-alike accents here in the heel. Unfortunately, yet again, not real carbon fiber, but it does a very good job. The lacing system also similar to the Harden 10s. If you pull the top eyelid or lace loop, everything else tightens down, which I always like a lot. And for torsional support, as you can see, a very stiff and flexible shoe. You also get a nice rebound out of the shoe. I can show that well here. But overall, I do really like them. The materials are definitely an upgrade over the ones. They made them lighter, they made them slightly more breathable, and they made them a little bit softer as well. It does take some time to break in, especially those two plasticky parts here in the forefoot area. But once you got them broken in, this is a really nice performer. And now for number 1, actually also number 1 on my best basketball shoes of 2025 list, the Adidas Dawn Issue 7. Really surprising that these are actually so good. Retail price 120, also a great price. You can even find them on sale, and the performance is absolutely great. One thing they struggle with is really dusty courts, and yet again outdoor courts. So unfortunately no list or no shoe here for outdoor courts. But if you're on a relatively clean court, they have excellent bite, and even if you're on a dustier court and you wipe from time to time, you will definitely enjoy these and have a very solid bite. The cushioning setup is Lightstrike Pro, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, exactly, here it says here on the medial side of the shoe, and it feels absolutely amazing. I really like it. The softest feel and also the most comfortable shoe on this list. Thick slap here in the heel, as you can see. A lot of compression as well. Lower to the ground in the forefoot, which I always like, because in my opinion, it's important to be low in the ground in the forefoot to get a good jump off on your jump shot or on your shot or layup or whatever, just to be nice, on balanced and stable. And if there's too much cushioning, like for example with the KD18 that I wore yesterday, I just feel a little bit unstable. I feel like I don't have as good of a touch when I'm shooting. So I prefer shoes that are lower to the ground in the forefoot, but that still have good impact protection, especially in the heel and throughout. The shoe is actually also decently bouncy, which is surprising. For the support features, we have a very interesting shank plate. First of all, we have a decoupled outsole, which always adds some bounce. And then we have this shank plate here that goes from the bottom all the way to the side, kind of acts like a little bit of an outrigger and sidewall. And if I try to flex them, as you can see, extremely stiff in the midfoot and only the forefoot flexes, just how I like it. Torsional support is also great. The heel counter also works, and one thing I absolutely love about this shoe is that they updated the lacing system, as the last lace loop right here doesn't go straight down, but it goes back towards the heel area, so they fixed the heel slip issues that we had on the Dawn issue 6. And now last but not least, for the materials, slight downside for this shoe, not very breathable, all synthetic and a lot of layers, which makes the shoe comfortable, but you just do sweat a lot. The zipper doesn't really do that much. You can keep it open. I had it open, I think, when I practiced with them. You can obviously also close it, but it doesn't do anything extra for support. And one thing I forgot to say for all these shoes, my bad, is the fit. The best for wide feet are definitely the Dame X and the Dawn issue 7. I would actually go true to size with all of them, a part of the Adizero Select 3.0. Those run a little bit long and are very narrow, so not for wide footers. If you have normal sized feet, I'd go down half a size. And now with all that being said, that's my top 5 for Adidas basketball shoes as of right now. Of course, there's also other shoes available. I have reviews on the Hard 9, on the AE1s, on the AE1 lows if you're interested in those. And if there's any other pairs you think I missed, just let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like on this video. Also subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any other reviews and comparison list of the best shoes available by brand. And as I said before, let me know which brand I should do next. Have a good one and see you next time.